Good morning, everybody. Going to I should have done this. Okay, I'm going to check to make sure we're streaming where we're supposed to be. Oops. Okay, so live groups. Good. Oh, I should check YouTube. Since that's new. Let's see here. Is that under your videos? Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out the whole YouTube thing. I'm super excited about today. I love crystals. I love sharing about crystals. And then self-love is a huge part that's really important to me, because it's something that I had to personally go through myself. And so I know how important it is. Let's see here. Okay, so we're just going to let people hop on if they're going to join us. Quite a few people need to catch us on replay because it's hard to find a good time to get everybody. Okay. Okay. So we've got some fun crystals going on here. Hey, Cartomancer, welcome. My favorite magazine, of course. I've been writing reviews for them. It's been a lot of fun. Really enjoying getting able to work with them and work with the team and get to know them. Some I've known for a while, and then of course I'm fangirling over a whole bunch of people I've met through the magazine. Okay. So, with it being February, we are going to be talking about love. And for me, it's a huge thing. Love can be so many different things, as in self-love, which is really important because what you feel about yourself is what you're going to bring in to your life. So, the more you love yourself, the more confident you are, which I'm really learning to grow in my confidence and to stand in my confidence. I'm really having friends and family and stuff change as to who I'm like communicating with, who I'm working with, who is just a friend of mine. So I've had a lot of changes going on in that area, and you will as you start growing and setting boundaries and being healthy with your love. And that is okay, and it's necessary, and sometimes you have to just weed out the people that aren't the most healthy for your love. Then there's the romance love, of course, and there is with me being married, I'm always working on trying to find that balance of passion and romance, as well as, we've been married for a little bit, so I kind of call us the meteors because it's been about 10 years, but so not as long as others, but not newbies. But how do we keep that balance of new and growing in addition, and so it doesn't become stagnant? And then you've got finding new love. Oh, thank you, Cartomancer. It is true. It's you really got to be in yourself to find the love that you want. You've got the romance love where you're trying to find romance and you're trying to bring romance into your life, and all of this can be done with support of crystals. So I say this all the time, I'm going to continue to say this: crystals, herbs, any enchantments or whatever it is, whatever you're using, whatever tool you're using will only work if you're doing the work. So you can't just make a grid or make a mala and then sit back and go, okay, universe, do it. Oh, my paint stuff back there. You've got to grow, you've got to build up your balance in your life. And then you also have to get yourself out. So if you are somebody who is a homebody, which is not a bad thing, but if you are, you're not going to find the love of your life that way because you're not getting out and meeting people. So the crystals and everything that we will be learning this month is a tool to add to your toolbox to help you find the love and the balance that you need in your life. Okay, let's get to the pretty stuff. So I had a really hard time. There's a lot of crystals, and I mean a lot of crystals in general that help with different things. But with love, the universe wants you to find love. It wants you to have love in your life. It wants you to have passion and romance, in whatever way that is for you. And there's so many different ways of loving. Obviously, we've got even just different interpersonal human relationships. So I have narrowed it down to some crystals that I like or that I use a lot of. I have a lot of crystals in my collection, so this is definitely not just what I use, but they are my go-tos. I also really like to try to get more unique crystals and not all just general crystals, so that you can learn how to branch out and how you can mix and match crystals to get the energies you want. So that actually leads me to the first two. So last month we learned about malachite. So this is a malachite sphere. Last time I showed you a chunk and a slab. This is a sphere. I love the layers. I love the different shapes you get. So this here, it was growing on something, and so when they mined it, you don't have as many layers, and it looks like it was molded onto something. And then you've got some clear quartz in there. So this is a gorgeous little piece. Malachite, we learned last month, was really good on new beginnings and helping strengthen your willpower and following the path. So when you take malachite and you work with malachite and rose quartz, which is the ultimate love stone, if you have any stone in your collection when it comes to love, whether it's romantic or friend or anything, you'll want a piece of rose quartz. I have a lot. I have raw pieces. I've got spheres. I just recently obtained this gorgeous, let's see here. He's a big hunker. He is a moon. One thing about the light, I hate that it fades up. But this is a gorgeous, he's actually way pinker than this. Let's see if I can maybe. No. So he's really pretty. He's just recently been added to my collection. I don't know if he'll be staying with me or not. So rose quartz. Rose quartz. There's another rose quartz. Oh, geez. Let's see if I can move it out of the light. There we go. So you can get it in different shapes. You can get it in different styles. But I have the rose quartz sphere and the malachite sphere usually right next to each other on my crystal shelf. So it was really interesting when I was studying malachite because it was something that I was really drawn to. I love the pattern. I love the way it grows. So I was doing research on it a while back, and Egyptians were using it um, about 3000 BC. Um, and it was really common for them to use for transformation. So you were finding it in areas where they were making change, like they were passing from one phase to another phase, and different so coffin type areas sometimes, um, uh, different chambers, and that's the word I was looking for, chambers. um, so it was used a lot. It was pretty common. And it is also a stone that clears all chakras. Um, there are some that work with all seven, or all, there's more than seven, but the seven basics. So malachite is one of those that works with that. So it's such a powerful stone. So when you put it with a powerful love stone, you are really getting the heart, to the deep of the heart of things. You work, they're making you work. They're going to have you dig deep and look at the truths and look at the inner truths of both the relationship and yourself. So, like last month, if you want to work and you really want to dig deep into the new stuff, I really suggest malachite and rose quartz as a combination stone. So then we'll step away from some pink stones and we'll step into what I love. The energy from this stone and from the other pieces that I have is just amazing. So this is called a golden healer quartz. So this piece I actually use in the center of a lot of grids because it does have a point. So it's drawing in or sending out the energy depending on what the grid is used for. And in grids, you will typically use a quartz in the center because of the power and the work that quartz uses. So conflicts happen a lot in a relationship. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say a lot. They're going to happen no matter how perfect the relationship is. But you want to have a balance between conflict and resolution. And so your golden healer is going to be there to help you build that conflict and resolution. I know, right? I love it. I love this stone. This one is in the middle of my house. It's in plain view. It's constantly working. This is my powerhouse piece. Because no matter whether it's a really friend relationship or a love relationship, no matter how perfect it is, you're not going to always agree. I mean, that's just the way it is. Is the sky blue? Well, it's a little gray to me, you know. So it could be little conflicts and then it could become big conflicts. And this one really gets to the heart of the relationship, reminding that you are loved and that you're healing and that you're building and growing through this conflict. And it really it helps open your mind too. So for me, it's keeping that open mind. So if I really disagree with Nick on something, having this energy nearby helps me remember, okay, what is he saying? How can I look at what I'm saying and what he's saying and find the balance between the two? Because a lot of times there's a joining, like a similarity. We're both saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently. So sometimes you just need to have that open mind to be able to see what the other person is saying. So golden healers, love them. Highly suggest, the golden healer is one that I suggest that you have in the center of your house or at the entryway. If I had a safe entryway, I would love to have it there. Just because when people are coming in, they might be bringing their own negative energy. and really walking in and getting that blast of energy to have an open mind while they're in the house will help a lot too. So staying with the yellow, I'm going to go with the sunstone. Now, sunstone is a really cool stone in the fact that it's found all over the world. I have some Oregon sunstone. Should have written down because I can't remember where this piece is from. I have a really cool app though too that I can store all this information. So this is a sunstone wand. And as you can see, there's some flashes, like right there. There's some gorgeous flashes in there. So when you have sunstone, especially in chips or in small pieces, there's some quartz in there. They're gonna, and depending on where they come from, they're all gonna look different. Some are brighter, some are more yellow, some are more orange. You've got the orange in there. Because it's going to depend on what you have in the soil around it that's being soaked in and what it's growing into. So sunstone is a unique one because it has such a wide range from almost a clear quartz, but it's not quite a clear quartz, but it's not a clear quartz, to the orangey colors you've got there, to almost a burnt red color. I haven't seen a lot of that, but I have seen a couple of pieces that were a deep red. So sunstone, for me, it's so bright and loving, and it's an inspirational stone. So we learned that the yellow in the workshop, we learned about colors. So we learned that yellow is inspirational and guides and is calming as well as inspiring and like joyful. So the sunstone, it really ties that in to a nutshell for that. It brings the stone itself brings pleasure and joy. There we go. And it's calm enough that you can have it near your bed. So I usually have a piece of sunstone near or under my bed. With cats, I will be teaching you how to be able to set up the grids this month. And I'm going to be teaching you how to set up grids that will be cat safe and friendly under your bed or in your room. So that will be in the workshop this month. I'm really excited about that. And the workshop promos will start and be released soon, and it'll be added to my shop. So this one, the sunstone, also with it bringing joy, also makes it so that you are comfortable in your own skin. I also carry sunstone with me in my purse because when I'm out and about, I'm not always comfortable around the people. And I'm still working on building myself up as well. And so sometimes it's hard to feel confident when I'm around a bunch of people that I feel like they know way more than me, when I know that I know a lot too, and I have a lot to give. So having sunstone in my purse helps me feel confident in my own skin and knowing that I know stuff too, and that I can do stuff. Okay, so that's sunstone. Then we've got, let's see here. We'll do, I have a teeny tiny piece of rhodochrosite, which is a self-love stone. It's a little, because it's, there we go, shaded a little. It's a little egg. And this rhodochrosite is really good for self-worth, which is really important when you're building yourself and you're learning to love yourself. Knowing that you are worthy and knowing your self-worth is a huge part of that. Because if you don't think that you're worthy, then other people aren't either. And I've really learned that there's no price to me. Like, when people are like, well, how much do you think you're worth? Now I'm to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm priceless. you know, and every day isn't always like that. I don't always feel like that, but because of the work I've done, um, because of the work I've done, it's more often than not how I feel about myself. And I'm really, really starting to step out, obviously, with starting a new business and going live, which you would have never seen me done before, especially by myself. Uh, when I was in high school and stuff, I was in choir, but I would never sing solos. Um, so I'm really, stepping out and doing my own, being myself and being comfortable in my own skin. So this is rhodochrosite. And we'll be learning more about these crystals in depth in the workshop. And the workshop is, totally forgot to write that down. Last Thursday of the month at 3 p.m. I think that's the 26th. If Cartomancer's on there, they might be able to pop that up. And we will be doing a live before the workshop, but we will also be doing the workshop that day as well. So then the final stone, but definitely not like the least, is rhodonite. It really helps you let things go. Sorry. Getting a message. It helps clear negative energy. 23rd. Perfect. So the 23rd at 3 p.m. is going to be our workshop. That'll run just like it did this last workshop, and we'll have kits and everything for grid making. So rhodonite will help you let things go, and aids in healing negative energy. And so it really shows with the black and the pink. So you're learning to self-love, but then you're also letting go and doing that shadow work. It's just a really unique piece on how it grows and the striations and everything. No piece is ever the same. Like, even this is a palm stone or a worry stone. And even on the back, it's just way different than what the front looks like, because there's only a little bit of pink, and then we've got more pink, and then black. For me, this stone is another good stone to have near your bed, especially if you have dreams where they're negative about yourself. Making sure that you're dreaming at night in a positive manner. And it's a good stone for forgiveness. So forgiveness of yourself, because we're not perfect, and we also do things that we may not always be proud of, but forgiveness of others. And an important thing to remember for forgiveness is that forgiveness is for you and not for them. Now, if they accept it and they take it into their heart, then great, fabulous. That means that maybe there's some healing there and that the relationship can be healed. But if they don't accept the fact that you're forgiving them or you're forgiving yourself, then it just means that that relationship wasn't meant to be. But you don't need to continue shadowing your life with the negativity of that relationship. You need to learn to forgive them, or forgive yourself, so that you can learn and grow and bring the sunstone into the mix. So those are the stones that I chose for this month. There will be some more educational posts about them. And we will be diving deeper into these stones and a couple others that I picked out in the workshop on the 23rd, which is Thursday the 23rd at 3 p.m. So I'm super excited to have you guys join me on this journey of love, both yourself and others. And I will see you next Thursday. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining.